friends, it's happy Saturday. I want to do some serious crafting today. You may have seen this cover on my Instagram. I was doing this embroidery work and applique and what have you while I was in Georgia on my vacation. So I did post a couple of pictures of the slow stitching. This is a big book, and I want to get working on it. I found this is a table runner. It's both ends are embroidered. And I thought, wouldn't this be a good match for inside covers? Yeah. So I thought maybe I would work on that today. I can even do it the other way, like cut them in half and flip them so that the flowers are coming in this direction. So, I think the first thing I need to do is glue this down a bit better. And that's not, it doesn't want to be glued down. And I have to press this and starch it. So I'm going to pause while I go and do some ironing. All right. So I just used some shopping bag to make the backing for this inside cover. And then I glued it down with glue stick, and then I cut about 3/8 of an inch all the way around. I can make that just a little shorter on this side to get rid of the bulk of this embroidery floss. Okay. Again, you have seen me do this a gazillion times, but you might be new here. So I'm going to glue down the bottom. Paying extra attention to the corners so that I'm making sure that any loose threads are glued to the other edge of the fabric. I haven't done anything on this book other than the cover. So I'll have to take a look at things and see how it works. In terms of size of the pages, number of signatures. I have not got a theme for this journal. This might be very similar to my abandoned house journal, I think. That little knot there, that looks silly. All right, next step. There's another little silly knot. next step, I'm going to sew around it. Okay, got that part done. So these will go right there. On either side. So I guess I have to figure out what size the pages are going to be and how many I need. Okay, so I need a good ruler. Do I have one of those? Of course I do, somewhere. There we go. All right. So the spine will be 1.25 inches. One inch and 1/4. Before I throw out the other one. Am I messed up? Okay. So we might have more than that, that number of signatures. Okay, so we're looking at 32. Let's call it 31. So 16 every 5 millimeters. I'm going to change that. $16. I'm going to go every 6 millimeters. Okay. All right. So the good news is we have a little more room to play, so we can get more pages into those signatures. Now that they're going to be spread a little further apart. Why is it things always go well for me until I turn on the camera? Oh well, maybe it helps to see. Oops, that one slid. Maybe it helps to see me make boo-boos, so you can learn from my errors. All right. Now I'm going to cut it at 1 1/4 inches. And this will be my template to poke holes in the signatures. Okay, template. Let's make sure you fit. That looks like it's going to be good. Just going to trim a whisker off, because that didn't look 100% correct. And this one needs to be redrawn. Things went awry there. I know I have an eraser. The best measurement ever. I do have a big piece. That's good. Just going to cut off the selvage to avoid having any extra density. Okay, you gotta know I have to press this. I'm starting to think I hit my head harder than I thought. That's not the same fabric. It's similar, but it's not the same. Unfortunately, the fabric that is the same, I only have this little thin piece, so I won't be able to use that. So in the end, it worked out. So I'm just going to just put a straight edge here. I haven't heard my oven go off yet. Usually when it's preheated to the right temperature, I hear a ding. Just using a little silicone brush to spread that thin. Gonna let that dry for a bit. Uh, have to figure out. I feel like I already figured it out. I have to figure out what size papers I can use. So I am choosing the papers for this journal. I've got most of them all picked out. This is a piece of ledger that was gifted to me by Alice, and this particular page was kind of in the center, and there was this whole corner was torn off, and clearly it was torn before because there was this old piece of tape attaching it there. A little tear here, a little tear there. So I want to explain to you how I did this. This piece was torn right off. So I put a little bit of art glitter glue on either side of the tear and then butted it up against each other, and I just waited for it to dry. I noticed there's a little tear there, so I put a little glue on both sides of the tear. This, I just realized there was one here, so I'm going to do the same. So I'm pretty excited about this page. And now you're thinking, Nancy, what are you doing? I'm stitching the page back together. So I just used ordinary thread because I didn't want it to be lumpy bumpy. And just did some stabbing stitches, no particular rhyme or reason. And got another thread here, so I'm just going to do some little stitches there. There was a crack here as well, so I know when I fold up the bottom of this that it's going to need to be reinforced because it's pretty fragile, I would say. Here's the one that's already my needle came off. I'm using dark blue thread. Getting kind of excited about this journal. Now I'm going back up through the holes and making sort of like a zigzag. Okay, to knot this, I'm going to make a French knot. Going to add a drip of glue. So I don't have to worry about the threads coming out. I forgot to put a knot. Just doing a couple of straight stitches on this one. It's not hard to sew paper, you just have to take your time. All right, let that dry. So I think I've got all the pages I need for the time being. I'm going to pop these into the press overnight, and maybe I'll work on it tomorrow on Self-Care Sunday. I don't know. We'll see. I might find the cover for my oh my god, Dick and Jane. I was gonna say Jack and Diane. Nope, it's Dick and Jane. So thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Saturday. I hope you have a terrific weekend. We'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.